Hey everyone, Viper here today, bringing you a section leader tutorial for Beyond the Wire. If you spent any time in-game, I'm sure you always dread the song and dance of who is going to create a section when a match starts, and more often than not, it should be happening. Someone with no experience or training takes the role because no one else will. And because inexperienced players don't play it correctly, it hurts the experience of everyone joining their squad. I'm here to give you the skills and tools to effectively section lead because honestly, the game needs section leaders who can rally troops to victory and create a fun environment for everyone. Even if you're an experienced SL, I encourage you to check out the video. You might learn something new. But before we hop in, I make videos here on my channel and stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming, and would very much appreciate a follow or a sub on whatever platforms you prefer. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, let's start with the basics. Once you join your team, head to create a section, select which section you like to play as, and hit create. If you're new, I recommend creating a basic rifleman squad instead of a specialized one, just so you get the hang of it while learning the role. A normal infantry section is normally made up of your SL, assault, rifleman, and medic classes. This isn't a definitive list with a recent update. Each faction has unique section compositions. There are also specialized sections which I encourage you to check out once you get some regular section leader infantry matches in. As a section lead, you have a few unique responsibilities and abilities which will help your team be successful and win. First and most importantly is spawn point placement. Not putting down a spawn point is the #1 mistake inexperienced SLs make when they take the role. To put down a spawn point, hold down the T key to bring up the radial menu, mouse over the spawn point flag icon, and click. Putting a spawn point flag down will let your section spawn at a nice looking faction flag. Doing this is critical to help your team win because with the recent update, main spawns are pushed a lot further back now. However, these spawn points can be destroyed by explosives or dug down by enemies with shovels. I encourage you to put your spawn point in a safe location such as a trench or inside a building somewhat close to the objective, but not close enough to where the enemy can easily destroy it. You cannot put down a spawn point within 30 meters of the objective. With spawn point placement, common sense is the key here. Obviously, if you put your rally point in an open field in plain view of the enemy, you're going to have a bad time when your squad spawns in and starts getting picked off. It will create less headaches down the road if you put your spawn point in a safe area and away from other spawn points so the other team can't knock out all of them at once. If you ever need to destroy your spawn point, use the destroy option, the flag with the X over it. Alternatively, your section can also spawn directly on you if you don't have a spawn point put down, but if you're in combat, dead, or capturing an objective, they won't be able to spawn in, and everyone will have to spawn at the main spawn points behind the line or wait for you to get safe. This method helps in a pinch, but I highly encourage you to get a spawn point down as fast as you can. There are a ton of ways to die on the Western Front, and you will hurt the team in the long run if you're constantly running back from the main spawns. The radial menu is unique to section leaders and will become your best friend on the battlefield, and honestly, I'd even like to see more experienced SLs use it to its fullest potential. This wheel contains your spawn point ability and destroy spawn point ability we already discussed, your section charge ability, enemy markers, and section orders. The charge ability gives your section a temporary speed boost. There's no downside to using it, and helps your men dodge fire and get into cover or assault points a lot easier. Faster targets are harder to hit. It does have a cooldown, so use it when it will be most effective. Enemy markers allow you to mark enemy positions such as infantry, snipers, and MGs while in first person. You can also right-click your map on the deployment screen, but this saves you a bit of time if you're staring at an enemy position and want to mark it. Finally, orders can be given here as well. They include attack, defend, move, and observe orders, and these orders can be given on the deployment screen by right-clicking. Also, on the map, you're able to draw arrows to show your squad which path they should take. Personally, I've bound my attack order to one of my mouse buttons, and it makes it easier to signal an attack by blowing your whistle, and really gets your squad's attention when you want them to assault an objective. But obviously, do what's best for you and what works for you as a section leader. Communication and coordination are incredibly important Beyond the Wire, especially if you want to win. As a section leader, you need a microphone. Plain and simple. Some servers even have rules requiring mics for SLs. You don't need a $200 microphone, just something that transmits your voice across the internet. Yes, even a cheap wired headphones from 3 years ago will work, as long as they have a mic that doesn't make you sound like you're underwater or in a different dimension. A quick reminder, you can use your section chat by default with the B key. This will let you talk to just your section members, local proximity chat with the V key to talk to anyone in your team around you, and finally command chat with caps lock, which only lets you talk to other SLs and the commander. Something that's mostly forgotten about is you can actually talk to other SLs directly with your numpad keys. So if you need something specific from Section 7, hit 7 on the numpad and speak directly to them. It doesn't get lost in the chaos of command chat or spam others with your conversation while their own squads are talking to them. I've said it in my Commander tutorial, and I'll say it again. I can't tell you how many matches I've played in my hundreds of hours where difference maker is good communication and with coordinated pushes and defense by competent squad leaders. I also encourage you to rally up your soldiers using local chat, who may not even be in your section, to push or defend with you if you see them standing around not being helpful to the team. Sometimes players need someone blowing their whistle, telling them in local chat to get on the objective or get in the cap zone. Over-communication is better than no communication, as long as it's relevant to the match. While working with other section leads, if there's a command section on your team, the commander can call down support if you put down support markers. Support markers can be put down by using your binoculars. So first, equip your binoculars, right-click to put them up to your head, and left-click to put down a support marker. If you look on your map, you'll want to confirm the marker is where you want to be. Next, use your command chat key by default caps lock, and request whatever support you need from the commander on your marker. The commander has access to artillery, chlorine gas, and a smoke barrage. Be sure to be clear and concise with what you need. Something important to note is you cannot right-click on your map and put down support markers. You need to use your binoculars. Something to keep in mind with calling in support, make sure you don't charge your men in too early when support is still coming in. This will lead to unnecessary friendly casualties. Ask the commander to let you know when it's over, or look at your map. If the support marker is still pulsing with the target symbol, more payload is coming down on the point. Once the pulsing stops and it's your normal support marker again with your section number in the middle, you're clear to head in. For section leader tactics, you don't need to be professionally trained or watch ex-Navy SEAL videos on YouTube. Use common sense. If your entire team is charging one way down a trench towards an objective and getting absolutely slaughtered, rally your section and flank around to put pressure on the enemy's flank. If there's a bunker pinning down your section, get someone with a smoke grenade to blind the bunker, or ask the commander for a smoke barrage and push up as a group covering each other. Every member of your section plays a part in a machine, and it's your job to get the best out of them. One of your main priorities is to keep your men together and fight as a unit. Players appreciate decisiveness and direction. Something I always do when spawning in is say hi to everyone joining using the section chat key, coordinate with command chat on what objectives my section will go after, and tell my section what the plan is. This all happens within the staging phase, which lasts roughly a minute and a half. Your men are counting on you to lead them and treat them how you would want to be treated. Put players around them who want to listen and commit to actions that lead them to victory. If a section member isn't listening to you and you've tried multiple times to get through to them, kick them from your squad. No use wasting energy or time, especially if they're causing trouble. To kick them, head to the deployment screen, right-click on their name, and click Kick. Finally, the most important thing to remember is things will not always go to plan. There will be players who don't listen, some section leaders won't communicate, and your foolproof plan can always go up in smoke. But that's alright, you can learn and adapt and make the best of it with what you got. Like I mentioned earlier, Beyond the Wire needs competent section leaders, and by watching this, you've put in a lot more effort than most have. If you're still getting the hang of SLing, let your section know, and they'll know to be more patient with you as you get your footing. There will be kind players to help you along the way. That's it for now, and hopefully this helped some of you new players out and taught some old players new tricks. If you guys have any advice with your experience as a section leader, or if you have any questions about section leading, comment below. See you all next time, and check out my other Beyond the Wire tutorials as they come out in the future.